Neotopio. All right, we'll see if we'll see what they want to do, and if they say no, we're gonna do it anyway. Not the old one. I'll make sure. Sure, says Jessie. Ferra as well, no problem. That is what I like to hear. I think, yeah, I did remember to put it on Europe. Let's get started here. Two players, like I've already said, who have recently won series on stream. Ferra took down Sweaty Mix 3-2 in a best of 5. Jessie took down Fairy Peak 3-2 in a best of 5. So they both won best of 5s in the game 5. But only one can maintain that winning streak. That was Ferra's first ever 1v1 appearance on stream, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Ferra's first ever 1v1 appearance. Jessie has had a couple of stream appearances before, mostly with Scrubkilla, because Scrubkilla and Jessie are both very good friends. So we've seen Scrubkilla spanking Jessie's ass. We've also seen Killer number 7 spanking Jessie's ass, leading to most people believing that Jessie was just a meme who got his ass spanked every time that somebody played against him. However, he's been practicing a lot more recently, although most of his practice has gone into 2v2. The dribbling focus of his playstyle in 2s has allowed him to kind of transition into a 1v1 atmosphere, where, you know, that is where Jessie started his Rocket League career, was competitive 1v1s. He was pretty much known as a stream sniper to Pashi and Marky and all those guys, and he started streaming himself actually. He used to get a lot more viewers than I did. I remember I got a Jessie Pinkman host one day and it quadrupled my viewers, so that kind of shows you how far Jessie has dwindled in terms of his streaming career, because now he's got a single subscriber on. So no, I'm just kidding. Jesse's a good friend of mine, that's why the only reason I'm ripping him. Hopefully he's watching and listening and getting tilted, but it doesn't look like it. He's off to a good start. Couple of nice shots from the corner. Second one was a little bit of a misplay by Ferra, leaving Jessie to have his way with the ball. First one was just a very solid kickoff by Jessie. And I believe I was talking to Jessie the other day and he said he's matched up against Ferra in ranked, and he was impressed with what Ferra had to offer, because Ferra kind of, before this season, wasn't at that top tier, at that top level, but really with the leftovers and RLCS doing so well, he has elevated his play to that next level. He's been able to get up to the top tier, especially in 1v1, where I believe he is indeed top 20 at the moment. Jessie not quite up there, but that's because most of his rank play goes into 2s. Certainly not going to be a pushover for Ferra today though. Not the greatest shot by the aforementioned, just giving it off to Jessie, who I'm very glad to see has not made an absolute monstrosity of a car for us to look at today. He's made a car that is somewhat decent looking. So Ferra, another thing to mention about him is he is another player who's using this slightly more zoomed out camera. For K-Dop used to use a very similar setup to this. Alex161 plays a very similar setup. And that kind of leads itself into the playstyle of being more reliant on ball cam, which is not always a bad thing. I used to say, I'm sure a lot of you will think that I'm, you know, contradicting myself, but I used to say that dribbling with ball cam was just generally worse than dribbling without ball cam.
Johnny just wanted to tell you that you are muted.
I'm muted. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it, buddy. But like I was saying, the thing about no ball cam versus ball cam dribbling is that as long as you have the ball on one side of your car, as long as you have it to the side and one side only, leaving ball cam on is not actually too bad. It gives you information that putting ball cam off would not give you, such as if the ball is on the right hand side of your car and you have ball cam on, obviously the camera is going to be looking to the right. It's going to be looking to the, or diagonally to the right. If you have ball cam off, you're going to see straight forward. So if the defender is actually to the right, leaving ball cam on is somewhat advantageous because you can see what he's doing. So in that situation, there's absolutely nothing wrong with leaving ball cam on. It's only when you switch the ball from side to side, like left to right, that the camera starts helicoptering around. That's when you see people making misplays, dropping the ball, or, you know, losing control of it, just giving it to their opponent, or giving an easy challenge to their opponent, or even missing a flick entirely. But so long as they are holding the ball on one side of their car and then maybe going for a flick on that same side, I really don't see anything wrong with using ball cam there. So that's one thing that you guys might want to add to your own game. Just test out using ball cam to carry the ball on perhaps down the left side of the field, on the right hand side of your car, or on the right side of the field down the on the left side of your car. Those are the two most common. Meanwhile, while we've been discussing the pros and cons of ball cam, Jessie's been doing pretty well here. Really doesn't look very threatened by Ferra's offense. Ferra, the heavy ball cam reliant player, will be unlikely to be playing slow in attack, as it's pretty difficult to slow play with heavy reliance on ball cam. Oh, that's not going to work out in his favor though. One of the reasons why making these aggressive challenges in your opponent's half or in your opponent's corner is of course that most angles at the 50-50 can go in, involve the ball coming off a wall and then going straight back into your half, as we just saw. But it's okay, Jessie missed the open net and Ferra is able to do the opposite, scoring into Jessie's goal. Gonna get Scrub on stream, he's online, we'll see, maybe. Again, I don't usually stream at the same time as Scrub Killer because I don't want to, you know, make our viewers choose one of us to watch. But today I don't really have a choice because this is my last stream potentially before I go to America. I might be able to stream tomorrow, we'll see. We'll see, I'm not sure if I'm going to be staying at my place tomorrow or if I'll go over to Marky's because he lives closer to the airport. And for those of you who don't know, we are flying to New York tomorrow. So I might go to Edinburgh and then that means I won't need to go from Glasgow to Edinburgh in the morning before we catch the plane. But we'll see, I'll have to basically play it by ear, see how many videos I can get ready before I go. But Jessie's doing very well versus Ferra right here. I'm very impressed. Just playing a little bit faster and looking pretty smart in the way he challenges the ball for the most part. Just as I'm saying that, of course, he does decide to make a pretty bad challenge, but for the most part, Jessie hasn't been taking any risky challenges at all. He's only been taking challenges where the ball can bounce favourably the majority of the time, and this is not one of those times, as the ball comes off the back wall and goes straight into Ferra's hands, and he does, of course, have the boost advantage. This should still be in Jessie's favour, though, with 1:10 on the clock. If he can just do good kickoffs. The way that the game has been going, Ferra will not have enough chances to score. His 5 chances 4 minutes means he's not likely to get 3 chances in the final minute. Ferra pretty much has to score with every attack. And as we can see, again, heavy reliance on ball cam. He was able to see over the top of the ball and see what Jessie was doing thanks to his camera angle, but of course the downside of having a camera angle this zoomed out is that precision is much more difficult. Pre-jump from Jessie, Ferra will punish. Beautiful ground shot to the near post, not a normal placement on this shot at all. Usually we see these going across the goal, that's why Jessie's pre-jumping there. He was afraid of Ferra's shot to the top corner in the far side of the goal, but Ferra was only interested in getting that pre-jump and then firing low. As Jessie continues to do pretty well on the face-off. Glad to see Jessie not jumping off the wall there, that was pretty smart. Just the pump fake on the wall, then try to keep possession to himself. Very smart play here by Jessie. As long as he doesn't leave the ball here or let it center itself, he should be able to close out the gap, or the time rather, before Ferra can close the gap.
Glad I could finally catch a stream where you're casting. Any predictions for the LAN?
Any predictions for the LAN? I think that OCE will not win any series. I think that on day one, Europe will, or not day one, is it all on day one? I think it might all be day one. I think that Europe are going to win every matchup versus NA in the first round, after the NA teams beat the OCE teams, of course. And then I think that it's going to go EU. EU will beat NA in every matchup that is not NRG versus Leftovers. I think that NRG can beat Leftovers. Every other EU team will beat every other NA team. That's just what I expect to happen. Of course, the last LAN in North America did not go like that at all, with North America showing up primarily in the form of IBP, Kronovi, Lucinio, and Overzero. But that's just my prediction. And I think that I think that in the winners finals it'll be Mocket versus Flipside, so you can figure out what my semi-final predictions are based on that. And I think that Mocket will win winners finals, and then losers finals, or loser bracket will go Northern Gaming over NRG, Flipside over Northern Gaming, and then Flipside over Mocket in the grand finals, double reverse sweep again. I don't think that Flipside will lose in the grand finals. So pretty much a repeat of last time is what I expect to happen. So there's all my predictions. I'll probably tweet that out as well, so if you're following me on Twitter during the event, that's
Johnny U Weapon.
What I'll be tweeting. Johnny U Weapon. Hey, that's not very nice. Beautifully done by Jessie. Savagery. Ferra did well. He did save some boost after the face-off, or else he would have been in a ton of trouble there. And great pass from Jessie to Ferra. You won't be too happy with that. He was doing really well up until this exact moment, where he was trying to take that ball directly down the line. Much more powerful, but over or understeering and over boosting kind of left him in a bad place. Kickoff goal is going to revert that problem. But yeah, I don't think Flipside have never lost to Northern Gaming at an RLCS LAN, and I don't think they're going to lose to a weakened Northern Gaming at an RLCS LAN either. I think that anytime Northern Gaming and Flipside match up will go in Flipside's favour. I think that Northern Gaming should be able to take down NRG though, who I believe will come 4th at the LAN. I think Northern Gaming will beat NRG both the times that they play each other. So that's my prediction. I think that, yeah, winners finals Mokka are probably going to have the edge against Flipside, but then in the grand finals Mokka are probably going to have too much pressure on their shoulders. And the veterans, the F3 boys, should be able to take it. I'll be happy, of course I'll be going along with F3 as a manager, so I'll be happy if they make the final, honestly. Oh, on earth happy to hear. What is this? Like, final is, grand final is, you know, definitely the minimum. Oh, Ferra missed the boost and then he just panicked. Jessie's going to be pretty amazed that did make it into the corner of the goal though. I think that even after he saw the boost miss, he didn't expect to have a complete free run in. Is it going to be 5-1 again? Jessie is really taking it to Ferra here. The higher ranked player from France is struggling in the exact same way that Fairy Peak did against Jessie, who is having a great time challenging the ball today. I cannot say enough good things about Jessie's challenges. Very, very smart angle of approach, very, very smart timing on the challenges as well. In fact, most of Ferra's goals, if not all of them, have just come from Jessie's misplays on the ball, not Ferra's own plays himself. So if Jessie can shore up on those weaknesses, Ferra's in a lot of trouble. He's already in a lot of trouble. But if Jessie can, you know, make sure never to give the ball to Ferra for free, Ferra doesn't really look like he's got a way to attack Jessie's defense and get the ball past him without Jessie just shutting him down with a very solid challenge in the midfield. Jessie again making a misplay on the ball. Will he get punished this time? He should. Ferra will be able to get the long shot in. Is it going to roll up? It will not roll up, but Ferra beans it. Jessie is going to get the counter-attack. Ferra was expecting at the last second that ball to roll up the wall, and then when it did not, he panic flipped. That should have been a goal, of course. Jessie was nowhere near. And I don't really hate that Jessie went for boost there, because if Jessie tries to go back to contest that ball, he's not going to be there in time for Ferra's open net finish anyway. So what Jessie's thinking is, hey, there is a small chance that Ferra might miss this open net. In that situation, I want to have full boost so I can counter. And he did, and that's exactly what happened. So I don't really hate that he went for boost there at all, despite the fact that it looked like he was taking himself even more out the game. It's just a situational thing. Another smart angle of congestion. Another smart angle to contest by Jessie. Ferra not looking anywhere near the player that he did against Sweaty Mix in his Showmatch debut on stream. I believe he took $100 on that day as well, so Ferra never going to be nervous on the stage in that regard. Looking forward to seeing Ferra play at LAN in LA. It's going to be very interesting to see himself and his teammates, see how they can do with the pressure of the crowd. I think that they should be able to take their round 1 match against Rogue, like I've said already. And beyond that, I think they're just going to drop out to Mock It and then NRG respectively. We'll see though. Leftovers are the reverse sweep kings. Will Ferra be the reverse sweep king today? It certainly looks like he's going to have to be if he wants to win this one, as Jessie is all over him. Another great angle of contest by Jessie. I love the way that he's approaching the ball, just letting the ball bounce off him. And a delayed flick with no boost to take it to 8-2. What a play by Jessie. Delayed flick with no boost. The confidence to go for that. Impressive stuff. I have to remember to put the ball to Jessie on faceoffs because he's less likely to throw the camera back and forth. I know that not all of you guys like to see that. Is that going to be a kickoff goal? Yes, it is. 10 goals is almost happening here for the Pinkman.
Wants to play Jessie after he's done playing Ferra. It would be Liddy.
We'll see, we'll see. I mean, Ferra could reverse sweep this. Remember that Ferra does play for the Leftovers, and they have reverse swept Northern Gaming, they're reverse swept Flipside, they're reverse swept, I believe, who else did they reverse sweep? They didn't reverse sweep Secrecy. Did they reverse sweep Mocket? No, they reverse swept Gale Force. They reverse swept 3 of the best teams in Europe. And Ferra was a large component of those wins, with his shooting in particular. Like his shots are definitely, for me, the thing that stands out. He just scores. Every time he has a chance in threes to shoot, he just scores. Just gonna try and flip underneath this ball. Doesn't get a good shot. His positioning was on point though. He was able to get lined up in the right area, but this is just not going to work for Ferra. His attack continues to be unsuccessful. Fake challenge from Jessie, and then immediately successful challenge right after. And they're just going to outpace Ferra to the ball again. 10-2 is the score. Jessie is on fire. Putting 10 past Ferra is very impressive, of course. Ferra's got to change something here. What he is doing is not working at all. What he is doing is not working. His first touches have been a little bit too heavy is my main criticism. It's something that I'm noticing a lot these days. That the way that players are challenging the ball now, they're moving up before they even see what the attacker is going to do. Defenders are taking that step into the danger zone. See that first touch from Ferra has been letting him down all series, but now he's able to get that perfect spacing where he can hit the first touch and then volley the ball. He's not waiting for the second bounce there as Jessie is expecting him to. See, Jessie's moving in there before he even has any time to react to what Ferra's doing. He's just stepping up into the danger zone. Half flip from Jessie. Not the cleanest though, and he won't be able to get back in time for this, but Ferra has hit the post. Any hopes of a comeback are almost certainly gone with that miss. If he had scored that, there would have been a small chance. 120 on the clock and 2 goals back to back. Would have been quite a lot of momentum. Doesn't look like he's got a chance to score from here either. With a minute on the clock, I really don't think that Ferra's got a chance to come back here. Even the reverse sweep Kings struggle from a 7-goal deficit in a minute. Great play from Jessie though. Again, this has just been a great series for challenges for Jessie. Great challenges, great power sliding, and an almost incredible own goal by Ferra. Ferra not looking anywhere near as good in the challenge as Jessie is. Jessie doesn't even have to do much here to get the ball past the Frenchman. Relatively what Ferra saw. It's not really coming from goal side. The angle of approach is the problem for Ferra. The angle of approach is the problem. And that is going to have to change if he wants to beat Jessie, especially with this reactive playstyle of his. He is not trying to get any hard dunks on Jessie. He's trying to intercept Jessie's play, which won't work if Jessie can continue to play the angles better than he does. Johnny only invites people who are interesting or are proven to be good players. Well, pretty much, yeah. If I don't invite somebody, then like I just cast games that I would want to watch if I wasn't me, you know? Because if I wasn't literally Johnny Boy and someone else was making all the content that I watch or that I make, I wouldn't want to watch, you know, just no names. Oh my word! Nearly a screamer of a team goal from Jessie and Ferra. Let me turn off what do you call it? I'll turn off full screen mode so I don't get the trippy screen while I tab out here. 2-0 Jessie. Jessie the meme. The meme Pinkman. Will he be able to get 2 wins in a row on stream? This is not going the same way that his first Showmatch appearance did, simply because he dominated game 2. Holy cow, 17 shots is an utter domination. When Jessie did play Fairy Peak on stream, he took game 1, then Fairy Peak rebounded pretty well, taking both game 2 and 3. And then of course Jessie was able to secure game 4 and squeak a win in game 5 as well. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. Some drinking tea is probably giving me these hiccups. Oh, potential misplay by Jessie. And the backflip should secure Ferra's lead. So Jessie had a couple of options there. Number 1 was to try and contest that back boost race, which is what he did, and he failed. Option number 2 was to go for the mid boost and then just hope that Ferra wouldn't have good enough ball control to get the ball into his open net before he made it back to the goal himself. Option number 3 was to go for the small boost pads, and I think the 3 was probably the reliable option there. Good save by Jessie, using every ounce of boost that he had. And another great line of recovery, able to get the shot, correcting his bad jump with a good dodge. You see here Jessie, that jump had him on the wrong side of the ball, but by dodging to the left, he's able to get the shot on target. Continuing to impress is Jessie. That could have very easily been 2-0 for Ferra, as he got 2 very successful kickoff possessions with 100 boost to nothing. And Jessie's able to tie up the game regardless, and now he's got a kickoff possession of his own. 1 pop, 2 pop, and Ferra is just going to sit in goal with no more than an eye to spectate. This is a best of 5, guys. And with the way that Jessie's playing, we might only need 3 games. I've never seen Jessie look this this clean. Even in his victory against Fairy Peak, his boost management was called into question. His consistency and defense was absolutely called into question. It seemed like halfway through the series he just forgot how to challenge, then you remembered how to do it again before the end. But this series has so far been consistency from Jessie Pinkman. He's had great challenges, great boost management, and his kickoff possessions have certainly been prominent. Oh, good save by Ferra. Jessie took the inside lane, and Ferra might be able to get a counter-attack goal here. The ball's not bouncing favourably for him, it has to be said. And again, Jessie shuts down the gap, gets goal side, comes out with the ball as a reward. Ferra should be able to get a goal here. Has he hit the post again? No, he has not. This time squeaking it in. That's a very important goal for Ferra. He has missed quite a few of those this game, hitting the post on these midfield shots. Since when did Johnny broadcast 1v1s? I thought we only did world records. I have not been able to get that many ones on stream recently, just because I don't want to pester too many people. But today we're going to get a ton of ones. I've basically asked everybody who I like to cast and see who's available and try and match them up with people they've not played before. Jessie might go for the double pop. You're on the bump in the air. My goodness, I didn't think that one was going to come out of the bag. Especially with the distance between Ferra and the ball being so great. Jessie really had to relinquish pressure on the ball to go for that. We might see a couple more bump plays from Jessie. Of course, with the 2 game advantage, he will probably want to score some style goals. And if any goal comes to mind when we think of Jessie, it is probably the bump goals. The backflip flick is pretty good from Jessie. Ferra is his equal this time. And with 50 boost, Farah's going to be pretty happy with how he played that. Able to get the save and still have tons of boost. But that boost steals taking Ferra away at the game. He's back into the game in time, though Jessie not able to capitalise on the wide rotation by Ferra. And Ferra will shut him down. So there we see the wide angle camera of Ferra coming in handy. He knew that entire time that he was winning the race to the ball. And Jessie was going to come out second best. I should really put on autocam to stop this relentless camera shaking back and forth. Would Jessie have had a save here if he didn't air roll into this flip? Let's have a look here. So we see one flip. Oh, Jessie might have had a save there if he had a cleaner double jump. Yeah, I'll put on autocam for that segment. And by cleaner double jump, I mean there was quite a long time frame during Jessie's initial jump and his second. And that is kind of what put him in a bad place, because he air rolled forward into the ground, and then when he flipped, his car wasn't reaching as far as it would have otherwise been. I'd like to point out Ferra doing exactly what we expected to see, the adaptation that we expected from him, and that was a softer first touch, just to try and bait in that challenge from Jessie. But this time he was not able to do that. Jessie shutting him down on the slightly heavier first touch.
Yo,
will we see more of that from
the streams?
Ferra?
I finally linked up my Amazon and Twitch accounts. Who else could I sub to?
Who else could you sub to? Well, if you want to find Rocket League streamers, what you can do is on Twitch, there are a couple of pages that you can see multiple streams on the same page. So obviously my stream is linked in the description of all my videos, but if you want to find just general Rocket League streams, see who's online, and you're like, hey, I want to watch some Rocket League, then just go to the game Rocket League on Twitch and you know, search by game, click Rocket League, and then you can see all of the people who are currently streaming Rocket League. That'll probably find you the people you want to watch.
Night, but right at the end of the stream. Love your stuff, Johnny.
Appreciate all the love, guys. I'll shout out all of these subs by name after this series is done.
Oh my god, already 3 months.
Jessie's boost management is falling into a little bit of inconsistency now. If he just had 20 or so boosts remaining after that attack, he probably would have made it back into the game, but by having none, he did give this for free to Ferra. Jessie's shot was also lacking due to the lower boost amount that he ended up with after using pretty much all of it in the approach. So now we're going to find out, can Jessie secure a game which he has been ahead in the entire time, a series which he has led from start up until now. It's one thing to, you know, come from behind. It's another entirely to just close out a series. It's a skill that not all players have. Some players always feel like they choke they get 2 up and then they lose 3 games, or you know, they get 4 up in a best of 7, 3 up in a best of 7 and lose 4. There are certainly some players who are better at closing than others. Jessie is a player that we've not seen try to close a series on stream before, because he is usually the player who's playing from behind or playing from even. This game is looking like Ferra might have it in the bag. Hesitation from Jessie. Ferra has a good angle to see that. Am I planning to involve Cux today? We'll see. Cux is in the west coast of California still. Well, California is the west coast, but yeah, Cux is still on the west coast. So he is probably still sleeping. Probably still sleeping, because I know he does like to sleep during the day. But this is definitely looking like Ferra's game. His shooting has stepped up compared to the other games. His first touch has stepped up compared to the other games. His kickoff has also stepped up. And then Jessie has not been managing his boost quite so well at the other end. Those are the 4 things I'm noticing for game 3 that have brought this into Ferra's favour. I think Jessie did try to make some risky plays to try and close the goal gap, as he was down by quite a substantial margin with not much time left. That has led to more goals for the Frenchman. But we're going to see a game 4 here. Will we see a game 5? I'm sure that a lot of you will think so after seeing game 3 by Ferra right here.
Oh. Thanks for the ones casting today, Johnny.
You're welcome, my friend. It's good to get back into ones every once in a while. Good to get back into ones. Ferra, you see right there what I was discussing earlier with the ball cam kind of helicoptering around his car. Something that I really do feel is a weakness for players who use ball cam, even when they intend to get right underneath the ball, or you know, switch the ball from one side of their car to the other. It's so difficult to keep the control because the camera just goes around in circles. How are you supposed to know exactly where the ball is on your car? How are you supposed to be precise if the camera's spinning in circles on top of you? I don't think you can be. I don't think you can. Isn't Jessie one of the people you read about in the Guinness World Record, something regarding a huge tower? Yes, he is indeed. Jessie was part of the world record for the tallest mark tower. No GG. Oh, that reminds me, I've actually got my chat disabled because I was playing Ranked today, and Ranked, right now, I don't know why, but people have got the worst banter in Ranked. It just tilts me, so I disabled chat because people are genuinely so unfunny that it blows my mind. I'd rather just, you know, sit and chat on Discord or chat to you guys on stream. Oh, that post is back to plague Ferra once more. It definitely wasn't his friend early in the series. Jessie just getting the ball moving as fast as possible. Very Devo-esque dribble right there. He knew he had the full pitch to play with, and first thing he does is accelerate the ball up to supersonic, and then look to manipulate it afterwards. Countering that style is Ferra, who's just gonna sit and wait for the ball to do nothing. Neither style is inherently right or wrong, especially at 0-0 in a game. Of course, if we're looking at a goal deficit with not much time left, the first style would be better. But Ferra is showing us that slow style that we've seen from players who like to use this very zoomed out camera in the past. Jessie has got the worst inside of the post bounce imaginable. A tad unfortunate, but he's only got himself to blame as he did miss that open net, and Ferra will not make the same mistake. Jessie should by all rights be 1-0 up here. Good contest in the midfield, and then the open net shot was just not there. Although if he had just passed it to himself off the near post, I'm sure he would have had an easy rebound. He had lots of time to himself. 1-0 Ferra, over a minute gone. That was a long time before seeing a goal. I like the Ferra's coming in and touch the ball there, but he didn't do it as well as he would have liked with said touch. He would much rather have put that ball into a more awkward place for Jessie to give himself more time to get the boost in the corner. Great first touch again by Ferra, giving himself a clean shot, but his shot is lacking accuracy. I really feel like that's partly due to the ball count or the camera settings that he's using. It's harder to be precise if your car is taking up less pixels in the screen than your opponent's. Of course, this camera does dedicate more pixels to vision and information and less to precision. Will Jessie be able to make it back here? No, he will not. Ferra is 2-0 up, and what looked like a very one-sided series is starting to look like a leftover series. Reverse sweep incoming, perhaps? Will Ferra be able to hold on to this goal lead? a goal lead, which perhaps Jessie should have in his control, especially after that open net miss. Ferra did a pretty good bump onto Jessie when Jessie was trying to score not too long ago. Good boost management by Ferra. The fact that he still has enough boost here to come out of his goal and aggress the ball with full knowledge that he can easily make it back to his own net if he has to. Again, very good boost management by the Frenchman. Jessie being out the game here for longer than I expected is going to give Ferra a third goal. What has happened to Jessie? He is not playing as quick as he was in the previous two, or the first two games of the series. Not able to win as many kickoffs. Ferra getting another first touch. It's funny that sometimes in Rocket League, kickoffs can dictate so much. If somebody feels like they're losing every kickoff, they lose confidence in their ability to even, you know, make a comeback possible. You see people take more risks because if they're losing every kickoff, they feel like they have to score more often, or with a higher percentage of their attacks, so they're going to get less attacks.
Being a YouTube noob for a long time. Keep up the good work.
That could have very well been a goal by Jessie. Another wasted opportunity. He missed the boost in the midfield. It's going to give Farah a lot of time to play with.
I miss the old donation voice. Straight from the go donation voice, chop up the soul donation voice. Set on his goals donation voice. I hate the new donation voice. The bathe mood donation voice. The always rude donation voice.
What a play by Jessie.
Donation voice. I miss the
beautifully
sweet
done.
Donation voice.
With no boost left, Jessie's able to bait that challenge by Farah and perfectly get the ball past him off the wall. Perfect illustration by Jessie right there of why it is so dangerous to challenge someone who's right beside the ball on the wall. It's because they can just side flip to reach it, whereas you need to fly up, and of course side flips are pretty fast compared to an aerial from the ground. One goal the difference. Again, Jessie's struggling to get his hands on the ball compared to how much possession he had earlier in the series. Aerial mechanics by Jessie called in the question. He has an answer, and the boost secure. That is huge. If Ferra had got that boost, this would be such an awkward position for Jessie. Instead, we've got another Jessie dribble, and we know that this is his strongest aspect of his game. He's not able to get a good attack though. I'm worried about an own goal. He dodges away from the ball. What a flick by Ferra. Ball camera, no. That was a good angle. The pre-jump off the wall by Jessie though. Huge play. No boost to score at the other end. But now he's got boost to his name, and he will put it into the open net. What a play by Jessie. That is huge. Huge save in defense. The ball was falling right into Ferra's clutches, and Jessie pre-jumped off the wall. Managed to get in the way of it. Tie up a game. That is massive, because it would have been a 2-goal lead for Ferra otherwise. 2-goal swing. Delayed pop by Jessie. Another extremely all-in move. Will Ferra be able to get the ball into the goal at the other end? He's going to slow play. He made the call that Jessie was going to be able to make it back to save a fast break. Low 50-50 by Ferra. But this is not the worst outcome for Jessie, as the ball's not in a position that Ferra's able to use, and the simplest of flicks will take the Frenchman out of the game. Jessie's back in the lead. This is right back to game one, Jessie. Possession, control. Will he be able to win the kickoff though? This is huge. If Jessie can win a kickoff, it will be his game to lose. This is not a terrible kickoff at all. The ball is going to be in a position that Ferra can shoot though, and Jessie will regret leaving it open. Ferra got bumped by Jessie right after the face-off there, and it turned out in his favor, because right after that bump, Ferra's car was flying towards the side boost, and he was able to get that and be up in the air much earlier than Jessie expected him to be. And speaking of up in the air, Ferra, aerial pass to Jessie, doesn't go for the boost steal at the side. Jessie's trying to take this infield. Backflip is going to be dangerous. Ferra's out the game, but Jessie not able to get it on target. Second backflip will be though. Jessie's back in the lead. 20 seconds away from Jessie winning a second series in a row on stream. First against Fairy Peak, now Ferra. 2 top 20 players in Europe at the moment, and indeed the world rankings. Impressive stuff by Jessie. Now will he be able to hold? He was not able to hold on to his momentum after winning 2 games. But now momentum is right back in his favour. Ferra's left an open shot. Jessie's going to volley it, and he's not going to get rewarded. Great save by Ferra. Ferra, great aggression. He knows that he needs a goal right now, and he is playing much faster than he was earlier. It's good clear by Jessie. He's out of boost. Will secure a boost at the side. Shadowing is his method of choice to close out the game. Ferra One touch. Can't get it over Jessie. That is going to be it. Jessie has done it. The meme has become a dream. GG's. Jessie Pinkman 3-1 over Ferra. Great series. And really Jessie showing us the difference in ball control between these guys. He was able to get far more control when he had the ball. And Farah, despite some great saves and some great aerial play and good shooting towards the end of the series, was not able to beat the new dream Jessie. The 2-win streak for Jessie, unbelievable. Against, I think Ferra was top 20 at the start of the day. We'll see what he is right now. See what he is right now. He might have dropped out. Did Ferra drop away? Wait, have I passed him? He was 7. Okay, he's up. He's 13th. I skipped right past it. So Ferra's ranked 13 right now. There's Fairy Peak, who Jessie beat previously at rank 14. I don't know where Jessie is. I don't think he's been playing many ranked ones, but clearly he could get up there if he wanted to, because that was very impressive stuff.